to Rifa. Hello there, girl. This is for you. And yeah, let's move along with the ingredients. Right now, I'm using 4 cups of all-purpose flour. So yeah, and 1 tablespoon of yeast, 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. I am using extra virgin olive oil because I ran out of vegetable oil. An extra cup of flour, but this flour will be used for, it will help you in kneading your dough. To expand your dough, we will be needing that to prevent it from sticking. Yeah, and salt and sugar. For the salt, I am using a teaspoon and a half of salt and a teaspoon and a half of sugar. I make both of these two bodies into equal parts. And a cup of water. And yeah, I guess that's about it for the ingredients. Very simple ingredients. You commonly see them in your cupboards. And I'm using 2 kinds of pins, rolling pins. This one regular size, and this one is Turkish rolling pin. I don't know the name. I mean, I know the name, but I forgot the Turkish term for that. But anyway, it's a long, skinny rolling stick. And of course, bread mixer. If you don't have it, like, you just can't do it manually. And lastly, I have this one. This is where the magic happens. A non-stick pan. I don't know the exact diameter of this one, but it's pretty decent size to make that yufka, or that dough, that thin dough. Yeah, that is where I cook with no oil, just plain like this. Put it on the stove, heat it as high as you can, and then that's it. So there, I already mix all my dry ingredients first. That's how I normally would do my bread or yufka or this type of thing. I usually mix all the dry ingredients. Give it a quick stir or a quick mix. Yeah, that should do. And to continue, once all the dried ingredients are like thoroughly mixed, just make a little hole in the middle. And that's where I throw in my oil and water. I don't put the entire 1 cup of water at the same time. I just put it gradually and start stirring, and then you just keep on adding slowly. I'm using the lukewarm, by the way. Lukewarm water is better. So there it is. I'm starting to form into a ball now. Now, if you notice that if it's a little bit like too runny and it's too wet, you can easily like add gradually few amounts of dough until it comes into the consistency that you really desire. So here's my dough. I just took it out from my mixing bowl, and put a little bit of flour on it, and then hand knead or manually knead my dough for maybe a minute or two, just to give it a fuller look, smoothen out the surface. And with this, I'm gonna have to start to turn this dough into a log, like a long log, because from there I'm gonna start chopping it off to make a small bun, to make it into a small bun. Yeah, so I'll be back. I'll show you how it's done. So there's my log. It's pretty long, and then I start to cut it maybe like an inch, about an inch. And then just gonna lightly flour my pan here. That is where I put my my stuff. For now, just gonna put it there. But later I'm gonna turn it into a ball. But for now, I'm just gonna start cutting these into an inch thickness. And then from then, I'm gonna start turning these babies into small balls. Be right back. So here it is. I made about 19 buns. So I'm gonna leave it for maybe like 10-15 minutes or so, just to let it set properly. And with that, it should be able to expand or rise somehow with that 15 minutes. So maybe 10-15 minutes will do. Yeah. And after that, I'm gonna start rolling it out into a thin one, bigger size thin dough. Yeah. So here you go, Rifa. That's how thin it is. You can tell. I don't know if it's just too blurry. Yeah. That's about the size of it now. I'm just gonna leave it there because my pan is still not that hot, so just gonna leave it here for now while waiting for my pan to get that high temperature, and I'm gonna start cooking. So there goes my very thin. It's dry, okay? I didn't add any how do you call that one? Any oil. But it's very hot right now. Yeah, just gonna let it cook there, and then afterwards I'm gonna flip it over to cook the other side of it. I'll back. So this one is done. It turned out very hard and sticky. Flaky. Yeah, you can see. Yeah, so that's the time you're gonna take that out and put it in a clean towel. And I'm gonna put more in this one. I made quite a few already. So yeah, that's a new one, and these are the stuff that's already been dried. Cooked, and it's crispy. It's very crispy right now. So